And we are going to bring on our colleague, Jill Anderson. She is the new president of NP Dodge Residential Sales. Jill, welcome to the show.
Thanks, guys. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you. And you have taken over a couple months ago for Mike Reedman, who a lot of our listeners know. Mike would come on every quarter. And we're still probably going to bring Mike on for a guest co-host job every once in a while.
Sorry, Mike.
But anyway, Jill, and he is now president emeritus. But Jill, congratulations on the. You've been with NP Dodge, though, for a long time.
Yeah. Started out with them as manager, moved to general manager, and now in president role. And I've been in real estate for, over 20 years, really aging myself.
You weren't there at the beginning in 1855, though.
No.
I
don't think any of us were, but yes.
NP Dodge was there, but not Nate.
Correct.
Okay. So at any rate, how many agents do we have in NP Dodge Residential Sales these days?
We're right around 425.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive.
Good agent base, great agents. We're excited.
Are people still joining the residential real estate career field, given the craziness going on?
Yep, and I love the question. And on that note, we are always hiring. So if you're interested, reach out to us, reach out to me. We love to talk to people, get you into the career. There's never a bad time to join real estate because I think you're always going to learn something. You just have to have some motivation, and we will teach you how to do it.
Let's talk a little bit about this crazy red hot market. It's been just going bonkers for a couple of years now, but we hear things like houses becoming available and getting 20 offers before lunchtime, and agents not even bothering to put properties on the multiple listing service because it can go so fast. Tell us what's really happening right now.
Well, you know what, the things you're saying, some are true. It really goes back.
We try to do truth here on the show. I'm always true. Jeff is sometimes true.
We go back, let's look at the housing market in 08, 09, when we were coming out of the recession. We had high inventory. A lot of people were buying houses maybe that weren't in their price range that were affordable. So when we came out of that inventory, we actually from 10 years ago from where we are today had 89% more inventory than we do today. So what happened over those past 10 years was builders didn't build as much. Buyers were just sitting in their houses if they could, trying to catch up with some equity, which put us kind of to where we are today with a perfect storm of interest rates are low. That's fantastic. We were talking earlier, take advantage of those. Some decided, I'm going to just stay in my place, refi, maybe do some remodeling. But the ones that want to get out and move, they're kind of thinking, well, I want to take advantage of those low interest rates and possibly move up because our homes became our sanctuaries even more during the pandemic. We were working from home. Our kids were at home. We decided we couldn't go to public pools, things like that. So what could we do differently to our homes to add on to it to really make it our sanctuary is kind of then where people are like, well, I don't want to move. Well, then our housing market is in a shortage. So we're inventory shortage. People don't want to move. The pandemic obviously did not help. So back to your question of, yes, we are seeing some, price ranges. Certain price ranges are getting multiple crazy offers. What we're really advising people and, buyers, because they're getting worn out and they're getting depressed and they're like, gosh, I've written 5 offers. I haven't gotten something. Well, if you're looking up to, maybe your budget's up to, let's say, $300,000. Back when the inventory was high, you were probably looking at houses $310,000, $315,000. You should back it up now and be looking at houses $270,000, $285,000 to give yourself that upper hand to come in to expect you're going to be competing. Prices are going to escalate. If you want to win that offer, you probably better come in with some leverage to be able to buy up to your threshold.
I knew it was a hot market when I was going to get the mail and there was a little sandwich bag on my driveway with 2 rocks in it and a kind of a cardboard color picture of a family, husband, wife, 2 young kids, and a note saying, my wife just got a job at the local elementary school. By August, we'd love to live in your neighborhood. We'd like to have a nice backyard, and we'd love to buy your house. And
we'd love to tell all our friends that we live in Trenton Maggot's house.
My immediate response was, well, gee, if we can just sell this at a ridiculous price, then we can live out of our car for a while or go move in with my mom, which I don't think she would appreciate. But then immediately I thought, then we have to go buy a house that's too expensive. And so my sense is that that's what's slowing a lot of the home sales as well.
It's fear, like exactly what you said. It's that seller that's saying, I'd love to sell my house high, but where do I go? And to your point, if you have the opportunity, to make two moves, albeit move in with a family member, move in to an apartment, but the end goal is, you're still moving and taking advantage of a very low interest rate. So if you're moving up, more house, downsizing, it's still a great time. It's just finding some, a little curtailing of it to say, all right, I'm going to put my house on the market, but maybe it's subject to, when I get an offer, me finding suitable housing within a certain time frame. And those ideas are happening, but you hear it right now. Gosh, there's no inventory. So you go into fear mode and you're like, where do I go? I'm not going to sell my house then. And realistically, we can't, have that fear, or nobody will ever put their house on the market.
Yeah, because it seems like you always have situations during times in which there's a lot of coverage or attention on an issue in which people feel like the issue is worse than it really was. It was kind of like in the early days of the pandemic, you almost started to think if you got on an airplane, you would drop dead. But then you realize, well, people are still traveling. Right. So sometimes the hype around it is scarier than the reality, even if the reality is difficult.
Correct.
So people have to be more stealth, get pre-approved,
Yes.
Work with their agents, and get their stuff together. From a sales perspective, you want your house to be ready for sale because it's such a fast market. Can you address the time that things stay on the market, but also how quick things get approved? And I mean, I'm sure there's like 1 hour approval time, for response period from sellers and stuff like that. Have you seen some very interesting and changing things that way?
Yeah. In any market, I'll always advise it's always a price war and a beauty contest. So you've got to have your house prepared and you have to have it priced right. Then buyers, absolutely. You need to have financing lined up. If not, you've just coming in with a camel on your back and they're going to go to the next offers without even giving you a chance. So strong qualified buyer, probably a strong earnest deposit down is going to give them, the seller being them, that they look at your offer more heavily. And just be prepared. Have get an agent that's going to give you the good advice that you need.
That's a lot better than writing a long letter saying how handsome your family is and how much you need a house, because they want price, they want timeliness, and put yourself in the seller's shoes.
And with that, we are out of time. But if you want help with that price war and that beauty contest, NP Dodge has 400 some agents who are very willing, capable, and ready to help you out. Jill Anderson, appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you both.
And we'll have you back periodically just to kind of keep us up to date with the residential market.
Sounds great. Appreciate it.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.